What is horror really? Is it an intense feeling of fear, shock, or disgust? Imagine you lose control of everything. Your choices, your emotions, and your perception of reality. I've constructed a psychological experiment that's not just about fun. It tries to manipulate and break you. Are you prepared for a challenge like no other?
Oh, cool. It's a beautiful thing to see right away. Oh. Cool. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Please wait while the issue is being fixed.
Right now, you're probably wondering, how did this guy make this? The guy with the Chipotle bow in his head. But in this video, I will show you how the game was made and everything that went into developing it. However, before we get to that, we must return to October 28th, the day I first came up with this idea. Watch till the end of the video to hear some exciting news about the game. Like any other professional or responsible game developer, for that matter, I began with the first phase of development, pre-production, brainstorming ideas and mapping out the general feel of the game. To tell you the truth, it's quite embarrassing actually. This is in fact the first time I've created a mood board for a game. For those unaware, a mood board is a visual collage of images, text, and other elements that help communicate a mood, style, or visual direction for art, or in this case, a game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the first day, which you see right here, November 29th. This is the day that we're going to start development, and I'm going to need some revolutionary ideas to be sparked. And if I can't do that, then I failed. I want to make some schizophrenia. You know what schizophrenia is? Schizophrenia is a chronic mental illness that affects a person's thoughts, feelings, and behavior. I want to make something like that. What should I call this? We'll just call this psychological horror game. Okay, I went into Google Draw and created a new little like canvas thing and pasted a first image that would be part of the mood board. Now let's find some more images, and I'll probably just cut back to when I find some more. Oh, whatever this is, I want this a part of it right now. Yep, this is our guaranteed second image. I have no idea what that is, but hey. Okay, yet another image added to the thing. Just gonna remove that water. Crap, how do I remove that? Alright, here we are. There's another image. We're just gonna use this one instead. The psychological horror game mood board. That is a long title, but we're gonna keep it because why not? Alright, we need more images. Let's get back to that. Oh my god, what is that? Oh, dude, I'm gonna sleep horribly tonight. Okay, well, there's the board complete. And my sanity gone. And a horrifying, terrific, whatever the fuck that is. Additionally, in an attempt to improve efficiency and better organize this project, I wrote up a game design document in Notion to help flesh out my grand vision for the game. Again, I've never done anything like this. No exaggeration, I literally sat at my desk for about 30 minutes or more, racking my brain continuously, thinking hard about what in theory I want the game to be. Did you even hear that? I think you heard that. Okay. I say in theory because I have no doubt I'll change some things later on. I thought I was about to sneeze, but I don't need to. Speaking of no doubt, I felt my IQ drop by the second and my brain cells fade away, never to be seen or heard from again during every second of writing this. Let's skip to the fun part, shall we? The part where I finished mocking up the game's entire story and plot from beginning to end, to then shortly later scrap everything I had literally just wrote, which encompassed the whole story. That was virtually a waste of time. But as my hero Bob Ross himself puts it, we don't make happy mistakes, we have happy accidents. Bless that guy, man. Always whispering in my ear and stuff, making me feel uncomfortable. If you haven't been paying attention, to sum it all up so far, the vision I have for the game is the following. A mix of psychological horror and schizophrenia-inspired concepts alongside a psychological test the player must take. That last bit would be the main gameplay. Quite a vague vision, I know. I believe now, this is more than enough for me to get work on a proof of concept for the game. Moving on to the next task, I opened Roblox Studio. Are you kidding me? I just had to install Roblox Studio again. Afterwards, I quickly created the walls for the room. This is where the game will take place, within these 4 walls. Never has a game made me claustrophobic so much before. Can you guess what room that would be? If you thought of rubber room, you would be completely right. They locked me in the rubber room. Rubber room with mouse. Mouse? Mouse might be crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in the rubber room. Rubber room. You can't have a psychological horror game without a mental asylum room to match it. Or is that just me? Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Like I mentioned, I think we should populate the room with some minor decor. Nothing too fancy. For example, what are the bare necessities for a manageable and somewhat comfortable living environment? Mattress, of course, and maybe a pillow. I'm feeling like a generous person today. I'll entertain the idea for this once. Oh wait, I almost forgot. We also need covers on the mattress, don't we? Fast forward a bit, and you'll notice I added a ceiling light above to illuminate the space. Later in the video, I'll adjust the game's lighting and make everything look more realistic, but as of now, we'll get to that when we cross that bridge in the future. As for the time being, though, I did some quick changes. I'm like how this is looking. One major feature I forgot to mention was the camera system. I found a helpful script in the Roblox toolbox, whoa, that implements camera bobbing and had the added effect of making the game feel much more immersive. Oh, yes. This looks really good. Later that day, an hour or so to be exact, I don't even know what I was doing. Apparently, I mocked up a fade to white screen. Seems a lot like procrastination to me. Lastly, I was experimenting with how the game would communicate to the player, whether it would be dialogue on the screen or do something within the environment. These were important gameplay questions that urgently needed to be answered to get the game's development moving forward. Let's go back to that proof of concept document I made earlier that I mentioned. Browsing through this document, at the bottom currently lists the one level in the game. This one level will serve as sort of a prototype, demonstrating how the gameplay may function and play out in the final game. Take everything listed with a grain of salt, as everything here is subject to change and isn't set in stone like many other things in this project. Firstly, I added the TV that would be used to communicate to the player. Secondly, I added the two buttons, yes and no, that would be used by the player to answer the questions. Afterwards, I did a quick playtest of the game, making sure it was working properly, and that the game was to my liking. Quickly skipping to some time later, I did another test, experimenting with the functionality of the TV, slowly but surely making progress. It's the following day now, and I finished programming the prototype but left one remaining task to complete, which was the reward at the end of the level, the building blocks. The building blocks would be interactable, able to be picked up, thrown, and put down. They'll be randomly generated and spawned into the world at the end of the first level. This would be something to entertain the player during the game's downtime. I kind of unintentionally glanced over the whole interact part of this thing. Fortunately, I made a similar object interact system in the past, so by saying that, you'll be led to believe I could simply reuse that code and have this done swiftly. But nope. So instead, I coded it entirely from scratch. In short, whenever the player is looking at an object and it appears to be interactable, all the player has to do is hold down their left mouse button to grab hold of the object, and the opposite goes for when they eventually release the button. Pretty simple, yet infuriating to get working properly, as you'll see. At this point in development, I've completed the pre-production and planning phase of development and furthermore created a prototype that I'm happy with. Next on the to-do list is to write the 5 levels of the game. With a little bit of time and creativity, I had those levels written up and ready to be made in no time. Each level will focus on a different human aspect of psychology. At least that was what I was aiming for. Before we continue, if you're enjoying the video thus far, consider giving this a like and hit that subscribe button below. I only upload once a month or so now, so turn on those notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. A couple days ago, 6 days to be exact, I posted a post on my community tab and it read, "The most liked comment on this post will be put in my next video." And if you scroll down to the comment section, the comment is by Banana Does Stuff Official. Great name. And the comment reads, "Buy like 100k worth of Robux or use it if you already have and donate it to some viewers." I can't read. Now listen, I don't have 100k worth of Robux, nor do I have $1,000 to purchase 100k worth of Robux. So this is what we're gonna do instead. I'm going to buy a Robux gift card and paste the code on screen now. And whoever watched this video first and redeems it first, you're welcome. If you do redeem it, let me know down in the comments because I will pin that comment. And let's read one more. One more, it's by I'm a cat person dash V99. That's a tongue twister, that last part. And it reads, "It will be my birthday gift. Please. SSSSSSSSSSSS." So yes, you're in the video. You are in the video. Happy birthday, man. Art, girl, art. At the beginning of this project, the scope of the game was initially just a mere shock factor horror game. type stuff, but I'll let you in on a little something. For years, I've always desired to make a game centered around or closely associated with schizophrenia in some way. I can't put my mouth on why exactly, but since I can remember, I've had this idea of making a game featuring the condition. Finally, today, we get to turn it into a reality. I must admit something to you first, though. Immediately after I finished planning the levels, oh, that feels good. Instead of promptly getting to work on programming them into the game, I didn't do any work. I honestly don't remember much. I didn't record any footage either, so there's that. Don't know why I'm whispering, but I'm gonna keep it in. Besides not recording any footage, I intentionally left out the development of the levels because of the reason you'll hear later in the video. Putting the gameplay aside, a game isn't a game without a title screen, so I got to work on that next. Thankfully, due to some prior planning on my part, the ideas are already in place and just need to be realized. Even so, the design of the title screen is still uncertain. Many styles and designs were considered. Guess who's finished? Mocking up all the loading screens and the title screen. I don't know why it's so blurry. Come on, there we go. Let me go ahead and explain it real quick. Voice track again. Come on. Lock in. Okay, so what we have here is we have the title screen. This is what it's going to look like. We're going to have the version number of the game, and we're going to have little credits like game made by Personal Studios, whatever. And here are the buttons. I went through like 4 designs. I just kind of like this one better. Here are all the loading screens. We're going to have the warning, where it's going to warn the player of jump scares, and warn the player that this is a horror game indeed. And this one is going to warn the player that there's like disturbing flashing lights, epilepsy, all that type of stuff. And this is gonna tell the player that the game is best played with headphones. Here are 2 credit screen designs I've made, and I decided to go with this one. This is what this check mark is. The check marks mean that I've approved them and they will be added to the game. There were a lot of people I have to credit who made the assets because I'm not that great of a modeler. I'm okay, but you know, a lot of people can make a lot more realistic looking assets better than me, so I just use some of those, and I'll have to credit them here so I can give them their support. And that's pretty much it. Let's get to actually putting this stuff in the game. A couple hours later, and finally, guess who has just finished making the intro and the loading screen and the title screen and everything in between, including the credit screen. Let's show you. Both the title screen and warning screens that'll appear beforehand are in place. Most horror games have these warning screens prompting the player of what they're getting into. It felt only natural to do this for this game also. What we've accomplished so far in this video is honestly astounding. The game is so close to being fully completed. When starting this project, I couldn't have possibly imagined the game we have now. This is beyond what I could have hoped for. Now at last, we get to the point I've teased and hinted at this entire video. I've decided to set up a game page on Roblox for this game. And right now, as of when you're watching this video, the game will be out for you to play. Always the most stressful task of the job is just going all the way down here and clicking this button, and it's done. The game is only supported on computer currently. If you'd like more supported devices in the future, let me know down in the comments below what device I should bring to the game next. One gripe I had though was Roblox apparently doesn't allow the word schizophrenia to be used in the title of games on the platform. Frankly speaking, that seems so random to me, but at the end of the day, I had to give in to the corporate overlords. Seriously though, it wasn't too much of a hassle. It was just a small mishap that wasn't planned. In the outro of the last video, I said we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and it would help me a ton if you went down below and quickly hit that subscribe button. At 1,000 subscribers, I would turn on my webcam and reveal my face. But now we're very much past that milestone, safe to say. Thank you so much for subscribing if you have. But that wasn't the only thing I said. I also said that I'd turn on that face cam of mine, and I think it's time I did just that. This is me. I have finally done it. The webcam face reveal, this is it right here. This is, oh, hold on. Let me take off the goofy words, speak them. Let me take off the glasses first. There we go. Now, this is actually me.
Oh my god, what is that?
Some of you might not know this guy. This guy is a psychopath, and he happens to be my best bud, so we're gonna stay right here. And all future videos, he's gonna be right here hanging on the mic. This is the setup, and this is the gaming room right here. And you have Stewie in the background, and you have Lightning McQueen right there. So, what am I missing out on? I have everything here, and I also got a Rubik's Cube on my desk. I can't be a programmer without this sitting somewhere. I just wanted to show you guys my face real quick. Get comfortable on camera. I think it's gonna be a long way before I'm actually comfortable on camera, but I'm talking to you right now, aren't I? So subscribe. All right, that's it. I just did the whole outro and I wasn't recording. Okay. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I will go outside and touch grass. Yes, literally touch grass. I know it's a lot, but I believe we can do it. More videos like this coming, so stay tuned. I promise you won't regret it. See ya.
Bye.
Oh, wow.